these are what, today's Saturday, these are what the parts look like with their first coat of base or ground coat silver reflective material before we put the color on. Now, I put about a can, or one of these cans right here, on all of this. As you can see, it doesn't quite look right? It doesn't look uniform. It looks very mottled. Mottled, when we say modeling in auto body paint, modeling means where the little tiny pieces of glitter, but they're not glitter, they're foil. And all these foils are cut into microscopic little tiny squares. They're all the same. They all have to lay the right way to reflect the sun. Okay, if they don't lay the right way, then you have the reflection is not right, and you have light and dark spots, just like you have right here. This isn't caused from that. I'm going over this because what I found out with this ground effects coat is they say, you know, just spray it on and you're la-da-da, you're good to go, it's going to all work out beautiful, you know. The gates of heaven are going to open, the lotto guy is going to show up with your $100 million lottery ticket, there's going to be 300 chicks waiting at your door, and that just ain't the case. So with my experimenting with this ground coat, this is what we're going to do. I've put one can, or a pretty heavy coat, on everything, and I know it looks like shit. That's not the problem. If you follow my directions, you'll find that this will work. You want to run your hands after it's dried over your panels, and you can see it's really rough right here. This is where, and it's partially smooth right here, but it's really rough right here. You can hear it. Difference between here and here. This is where the ground coat has dried before it's hit the panel. What we want the paint, ground coats, whatever, is to hit the panel or object and stay fluid and then dry. You don't want it to dry. It almost looks like overspray. Overspray in our business means, like, say you have air currents going this way in a paint booth, and when you go to shoot in a paint booth with the air current going this way, you want to shoot your closest to the door first, or you shoot this one and the air will carry the overspray here and then here, which is no big deal. You just don't want it on that one. Then we shoot this one and that carries the overspray to here, which is no big deal, as long as you don't get it on this one. And then on the third one, of course, while you're putting on that real heavy coat, all that overspray will blend into the new wet coat and it'll be fine. But when you get overspray, what it basically means is you're starting out, say you're starting out right here and the airflow is going this way in your booth, and then you do the one ahead of it. You're not thinking, well, you got this one looking really nice, but the airflow is carrying all the overspray onto this. Excuse me. And it gives it dry spots, which you can't have if you're supposed to have a shiny finish. So what I found with this is I've given it a really heavy coat, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to take some 600 wet. We had a huge windstorm here, of course. It's always on my weekend, you know, and as soon as the day ends, as soon as the beautiful weekdays start, it'll be absolutely beautiful here, and then it'll turn to shit by about Friday about 5 o'clock and end about Sunday night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to take, well, this is 800. I could use 800 too. What I'm going to do with the 800 grit is I'm going to slowly knock down the rough spots. I'm not trying to make this smooth, all right? I want to tell you that, because I'm going to put a whole nother can right here The lady ripped the label off. I can just show you this. And when she went to shake it up, I'm going to put a whole nother can on everything. And remember that when you go to paint, your last coat is what matters, not what's in between. Only the coat that you're going to see, or your anyone that looks at it is going to see.